So this was an old credit program, which is your National 5 level, and what it was, it's basically telling you if you've passed a language course, if you have French and German or French and Spanish to pass, and a pass mark is half marks or more, and the program has to make sure that these marks, when you take them in, they're whole numbers between 0 and 30. So nobody's saying they got 32 out of 30 or minus 2 out of 30. Okay, so there's examples of output. So again, it has to be French and one of the other. So you could, if you got 30 out of 30 for French, 30 out of 30 for German, and 30 out of 30 for Spanish, and only got 14 out of 30 for French, you haven't passed. Okay, so it has to be French and German or French and Spanish. Okay, program looks bigger than it is. It's a lot of copy and pasting once you've got the first wee bit working. Okay, so get cracking on with it. Okay, so put my name there, and we'll just call it language course. Right, so we're going to have a variable for each mark and another one that's going to be the percentage, because it's going to, I think I forgot to mention that, it's going to tell you if you've passed or failed, but also give you a percentage mark to the nearest whole number. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a French mark, set that to 0. We're going to have Spanish mark, that's going to be 0, and German mark, and that's also going to be 0. We're also going to just have a percentage, and we'll just set that to 0 as well. Okay, so it's now just about getting these 3 marks. So we're going to ask for the French mark. Now, there's different ways of doing this. Okay, so I'm going to input that as an integer. I'm just going to say, please enter French mark between 0 and 30. Okay, so ask for it first. Now, what we'll then say is, while we'll say French mark is less than 0 or French mark is greater than 30, we can then, we go on there, we can then ask for it again. Please re-enter, just so the user knows that they've made a wee mistake. Okay, and that should be the and then we'll just output, we'll just say print, thank you for entering your French mark. Now, just quickly run that. It's not going to be outputting much apart from that wee. Right, so if I enter 31, if I enter -2, but if I enter, say it was 4, okay, so it's accepted that. So, good thing with programming is we can then, I'm going to take this bit of code, I'm going to paste it and paste it again. Okay, and we're going to get Spanish. I'll just change it. Every time we see French, it's now going to be Spanish. And Spanish, no doubt I've probably missed 1 or 2 out. Yeah, that seems alright. And German mark, we're now just going to take German mark. So anytime I see French, I'm just going to say German. I suppose I should be using capitals. And German. So your Spanish mark, Spanish, Spanish. Okay, I'll just run this just to see if it's crashing at all. I'll just say 15. That's strange. I'll run it again. Right, that's 15. That's 15. That's 15. Okay. Right, so we've now got this part of the programme. What we're then going to do is we then need to think about working out the percentage. Okay, so percentage is going to equal, you have to add up all these marks first of all. Again, if you copy and paste it, you know the spelling's going to be the same all the way through. Okay, we then divide it by 90. And then we're going to multiply that answer. This is all your BODMAS by 100. Okay, so I'll take in the French, Spanish, German, and then output that. We're then going to output the percentage. Okay, so we're going to say print your percentage is, and then just output that variable percentage. Move it up a wee bit. So let's have a wee look. If I do 15 for each one, that percentage should overall be 50%. Okay. So misspelt percentage, but just because I've been copying and pasting it, it means it's just misspelt everywhere. Right, so it's not actually throwing up an error. Right, now, so that is us got this part. Now, let's see, if we wrap that as an integer, what that should do is just make it a whole number. Or you could use a round function, which I'll get to another time. So 15, 15, 15, so that's 50%. Okay, so that's just basically making sure the output is going to be an integer, but you could use a round function. Okay, now the last wee bit is basically just saying if you passed or not. So we need to say, right, if, and we need to go if French mark is greater than 14, and then we'll just take another mark, Spanish mark is greater than 14. Okay. And then we can say or French mark and German mark. And then what we can do after that one, we can then say print you have passed. Else, then we're just going to say print you have failed. Doesn't seem that fair, but that's what the program's asking. Okay, so I'm going to go back. That's 21, 18 and 13. Right, so let's go. Now what we're missing there is another bracket. Okay. So 21, 18 and 13, they're asking the Spanish and German mark in different order. So that's 21, and that would be 13, then 18. 57%, you've passed. Okay, so it's rounded it, so I'll need to just double check that later. I'll just quickly do 14, 19 and 20, right? So I'll run this again. So 14, I'll just say 20, 19. Now that should have said you failed, so I need to go back to the program. That's where the error is there. So 14, 20, move it up so you can see it. 19, I should have failed. There you go, I failed. I've got a higher percentage than the last one, or the exact same percentage, but I failed this time. Okay, so that is that program working.